give Alabama State, a lot of credit. Thought they came in, they were the aggressor. They did something that, we don't play against a lot and hadn't seen yet. They just got up into us, overplayed Davey. They know that probably not a lot of guards going to beat you off the bounce. Davey give it up. They try to keep him getting it back. Made it tough to go beat that pressure without multiple guys who could play off that bounce. Davey's that one guy for us. They shot it well. They controlled that flow for the most part. But, sometimes you just got to find ways to win. Wasn't pretty. We didn't shoot it particularly well at all. Luke and Josh, I think it's over 10 between them, three-point line. The one thing we did do tonight, we got to the free throw line, just didn't make them. We go 17 for 30. We only attempted 26 free throws the first two games. But that was one thing we want to do tonight, was get there. So we got there, just got to be more consistent. So, sometimes you just got to find ways to win when things ain't going your way. We didn't play a lot of people. Bench is pretty thin there right now, some of those areas. I thought defensively, Josh did some things that second half, helped get us going. May not show on that stat sheet, but got some stops in that little stretch. Then Sherm came off the bench, hit two big threes. Those two big threes that Sherm hit. I'm not sure what the score was at that time, but helped give us some energy, helped get that score back where it's manageable. And from there on was probably a couple possession game at that point. So again, sometimes you just got to find ways to win, and I've been on the other side of it too, when you don't find ways to win. So there's a lot of things we can learn from it. Got to get ready in the morning, get ready for that next one. They all count as one win, they all count as one loss.
Coach, I know you just talked about Davey on a little bit, but down the stretch, a couple of and ones, specifically his last 4 or 5 minutes, what do you think of his toughness and his ability to finish in competition?
Jared, it wasn't his last 4 or 5 minutes now. He played 39 minutes and 44 seconds. Guess he was out for 16 seconds. I'm not sure I remember that at. It was the whole game for him. Toughness he plays with. That's who he is, though. That's just who he is. What he did is not uncharacteristic. He just did it in a game when things weren't going great. His team needed him. He made winning plays throughout that game. Again, only being one guy out there could really go beat people off the bounce. Again, every time he gave it up, it made it hard to run the offense because they would deny him, pressure everybody else. But you can go through that game, there'll be one play on there for our team. And we had several guys get on the floor, but there's one instance I remember, he skipped off that floor, I think, about 3 times. Looked like a rock skipping across the water after that loose ball, man. And went and got it, and I think made a winning play at the end, got fouled or something. So, no question. Had a lot of winning plays. Jarrett.
Coach, after the game, I asked Jarrett, what you were telling the guys on the sideline, where you were kind of yelling and kind of getting their focus. He said that he told them play smarter, play smarter. How much smarter does this team have to get before they go to a tough invitational, and how much of a wake-up call is it?
Well, I don't know if anything's a wake-up call. This time of year is always there's good teams. And again, give them some credit. They played well. They made shots. They made some tough shots. It's not a wake-up call. We just got to get better in a lot of areas. Our guys didn't come in sleepwalking. We came in playing against a different style. It's very obvious. We're down a couple of those perimeter guys, which makes difference off that bounce. So I'll find some positive things from it. Our guys found a way to stay together when they're down, and they'll learn a lot from that. That game can carry and help them in other games when they get down and never give up and keep fighting. So there's some positive things too, in particular when you don't make shots and don't handle and pass as well. We still found a way to play with some real toughness, and that's good too.
Talk about those 2 threes that Sherman made, where I think cut the deficits 1 midway in the second half. That and plus the dunk that Josh had. How much of a spark did that give you guys to get that offense going and make the comeback?
Well, again, Josh is always going to make some plays like that. I mean, that's who Josh is, and I don't remember. That was the first half, so I don't remember what the score was. But I do remember Sherm coming in. I didn't know it brought it back to 1, you said. So evidently it was a 3-point game. Maybe it was a 7 when he hit those 2. But I know those were big threes that he made for us for sure.
You know, this was a bigger, probably more physical team than those 2 exhibitions you played. What do you think of Jamarion and his minutes off the bench tonight?
Jamar gave us good minutes. Good minutes. We got to keep finding ways to keep getting him in there more. They played physical with him in there, shut him off that block a few times. But Jamar rebounds that basketball, and defensively, he's always going to protect that rim defensively for you. So, Jamar, I never have no problem with Jamar. He plays with good effort, man. He communicates well, and it's just a learning curve for him. But he'll keep getting better. And these kind of games will make him better. 13 minutes, he got 8 rebounds in those 13 minutes, so that's a good stat for him.
Coach, Trace Young had 17 in the first half, but in the second half, he only had 6. So, in the second half, what did you all do defensively to keep him specifically from getting his shots off?
Listen, I don't know if we did anything particularly different. I think we did put Josh on him second half more. He made some tough shots, and that's what happens sometimes. He was a Kentucky kid coming back home. That happens. That rim got big for him, and he saw a couple go through and a couple tough shots, and he kept firing them up. He played extremely well. 23 points tonight. The second half, if I remember correctly, at halftime we had 12 or 13 turnovers. Second half, we only have 5 now, and that's a huge stat. I know the second half, we get that foul line. Make sure I'm right on this, Zach, 20 times? And we get 16 second chance points the second half. So when you're not shooting the ball very well, you're not driving in there very well, you got to find other ways to score. And again, those 16 second chance points second half plus free throws was the way we won the game.
We're seeing Jamarion come off the bench, had some pretty good plays, and I think a couple of dunks, but it looked like there was a couple times where couldn't quite get some finishes and some rebounds. What's his potential, and what does he have to try to work on to get better?
Only playing time will keep getting all those things better. We never have a problem with Jamar's effort. He's very coachable. And you said his upside's through the roof. But again, only time's going to cure some things. Got to keep getting stronger, physical stuff of the game, learning how to change some defenses. When we change from one to another, reacting. Those are all learning things too. We had some breakdowns late in that game. Again, without watching the film, I think we were up 7 with a minute 15, 20, 30 to go. You got to go and close the game out there. Game's got to be closed out and done. But we had about three breakdowns in a row where we allowed them to keep that game at 4 and keep it at 3. Makes us keep making free throws. We go 1 for 2 some. They come down and score 2, but they kept themselves in that game. Again, you can't have those kind of breakdowns. But these situations are all good for us. We'll learn from them. We'll get better from them. We'll be better next time.
Coach, Drew Tennis from Rivals.
Drew.
Just in addition to winning the championship, what are some goals you have this year?
Drew, our goal is always the same. You take them one at a time. Every game is the biggest game of the year. So tonight was the biggest game of the year. That's done. Next game's the biggest game of the year. You don't look ahead. You don't look behind. You take them one at a time. And at the end of the year, you start adding them up. And you'll see where you're staying within non-conference, conference. Then you got postseason. So our goal is always win as many games we can in non-conference. It's very obvious we play a tough schedule. So I'm not trying to schedule where we go 11-1 or 10-0, whatever it is. I'm trying to put schedules together that makes us better. So, and as always, compete for championships. That's always the goal.
Okay, Coach, just one more question. You have Minnesota in the Asheville tournament on Friday. So what do you know about that team, and what are you guys going to have to do in preparation for them?
Drew, don't know much about them. Again, they played tonight. Kind of like his team tonight. You just don't get much film on them. you don't know a whole lot. But at least we will get a game filmed tonight. They did play, I think it was Kansas City, Missouri. Supposed to won by 15. So they're a Big Ten team. I know they have a great guard, kid from Arkansas who went to Vandy and transferred back up in there. They got the battle kid who can really, really, really shoot it. They got a lot of experienced guys. I mean, a Big Ten team, so we know it'll be a challenge for us.
Anything else on Asheville? We're leaving in the morning, so we won't have another media available.
You guys going with us?
Yeah.
Skip class.
I would.
You going with us? So hey, y'all know what it's going to be. You got Minnesota, beat Minnesota. Then you got South Carolina or Princeton. So those no easy games. Then you come back and get ready to go Memphis. So that's kind of our next few games. But the next one's going to be Minnesota, and we know they'll be very good. Our guys will be excited and ready to play, though.
Anything else for Coach?
All right, guys. Yep.